You know, when we think about the Quran, we often see it as a book of faith, a spiritual guide. But what if it's more than that? What if it's also a practical blueprint for life? That's what we're going to dig into. How its teachings offer a complete system for personal growth, social harmony, and even professional success, right here in our modern world.
So, this is really the big question, isn't it? I mean, in our super fast-paced, complex world, can a text from over 1,400 years ago really give us an actionable roadmap for living a better life? Well, that's exactly the question we're setting out to answer.
And that brings us to this key Arabic word, manhaj. Now, this isn't just about a list of rules. Think of it more like a methodology, a coherent system. It's a clear path that connects every single part of your life, from your private thoughts to your public actions. It's all integrated.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start inward with building the self. Then we'll expand that out to see how that impacts building a healthy society. And finally, we'll look at the principles for building real, meaningful success.
Okay, let's dive right into part 1, your inner compass. The core idea here is super powerful. It says that any real, lasting change doesn't start out there, with your job or your city or your circumstances. It starts right here, inside you.
And boom, here's the verse that sets the stage for everything else. This is a foundational principle of transformation. It basically says change isn't something that just happens to you, it's something you initiate. You're in the driver's seat.
So what does that actually mean? It means your world on the outside is basically a reflection of your world on the inside. It's kind of like the original growth mindset, right? The Quranic approach is telling us that the very first move, the first step on the chessboard of change, has to be with our own thoughts and intentions.
Okay, so if we're working on ourselves, what's the goal? What are we aiming for? This verse gives us this incredible formula for balance. It's designed to pull us away from two big extremes, either being totally materialistic or completely checking out from the world.
So let's break that down. It's really a three-part strategy for a balanced life. First, you've got to have that long-term spiritual vision. Second, you're encouraged to actually engage with the world and enjoy the good things in life. And third, and this is crucial, you use those blessings to be a force for good. This idea of ihsan, it's not just doing good, it's about doing things beautifully with excellence.
All right, this next verse, it can sound a little harsh at first glance. The enjoyment of delusion. Whoa. But stick with me, because it's not meant to be a downer. It's actually a super powerful tool for getting your priorities straight.
See? That's the whole point. This isn't about thinking nothing matters. It's about strategic thinking. When you understand that some things are temporary, it helps you laser focus on what actually lasts. It's like a mental filter that helps you see what's truly valuable and what's just noise.
All right, so once that inner compass is pointing true north, the system naturally expands outward. That brings us to part 2, a social constitution. Now we ask, how do we build a just and compassionate society?
Okay, check this out. This one verse. Many scholars say it's maybe the single most complete verse on social ethics in the entire Quran. It's an absolute powerhouse. It tells you what pillars to build up and what poisons to stay away from. And this is where things get really interesting. The Quran lays out 2 levels. The first is adl, or justice. That's the foundation. Give people what they're owed. A society can't function without it. But then there's the next level up, ihsan, or excellence. This is about giving more than what's required. So justice is paying your employee on time. Ihsan is giving them a surprise bonus because they did a great job. See the difference? That's what takes a society from just working to being truly great.
And this isn't just high-level theory. The system gets super specific and practical. In one chapter, Al-Hujurat, you get these clear-cut rules. Don't mock people. Don't spy. Don't backbite. Don't just assume the worst about people. Why? Because these are the subtle poisons, the little cracks that can destroy trust and tear a community apart.
Okay, so we've got a strong inner self and a blueprint for a just society. So part 3 asks, how does all this translate into real-world achievement, into meaningful success? And this verse, it lays down the law of work ethic, literally. It's this universal principle that ties your effort directly to your results. Simple as that. You're striving, that's the currency that matters. And think about what that really means. It's saying success isn't some random lottery. It's not about luck. It is the direct, almost predictable outcome of the focused effort you put in. It puts the ball right back in your court. But here's the twist. It's not just about working hard. It's about working smart. The Quran keeps pointing to this idea of ahsanu amala,
which means the best of deeds. This is a game changer. It shifts the entire focus from how much you do to how well you do it. And that's where this concept of itgan comes in. It means mastery, precision, craftsmanship. The real value of your work isn't the number of hours you put in. It's the quality, the mastery. It's a call to be a professional in the truest sense of the word, to strive for distinction.
Okay, so the goal is excellence, and the fuel is hard work. But what about making decisions? How do you actually move forward without getting stuck in analysis paralysis? Well, this verse gives us a super effective two-step formula for action.
And here's how it works, and the order is so important. Step 1 is azam, resolve. That part is on you. Do your homework, make a plan, strategize, and then commit to a decision. Then, and only then, comes step 2, tawakkul, trust. You go execute your plan full steam ahead, trusting that the outcome is in God's hands. It's this amazing way to free yourself from all that what-if anxiety.
So, last piece of the puzzle. What keeps you going? What makes you do the right thing when your boss isn't looking or no one's checking your work? This is the ultimate motivator. It's the idea that your work is always being seen by a higher audience. That knowledge alone is designed to build this incredible sense of integrity and drive you to always be your best.
So there you have it, a complete methodology, from your inner thoughts to your social impact to your professional life. And now the real question is for you. After seeing this whole framework, what's the one idea, maybe it's balance, or justice, or that two-step decision process that really hits home for you? Which single principle could actually change how you go about your day, starting right now?